Hey guys, Haas here. I'm here with Jeff Meyer from Summit Ministries out of Manitou Springs, Colorado. And Jeff is a fellow who's running a school there, which I think is very interesting and was encouraging to hear that something like this actually exists. And so I had to jump at the chance to get a chance to give Jeff a platform to talk about it. So
well, the key is this: 4 out of 5 students today in high school and in college have no sense of purpose or direction, and that they know where they're going in life and why they would go there. And so we're looking around at a generation. They don't see Christianity as being relevant. They don't see the church as having any relevance. They don't have a connection with the previous generation, and now they don't have a sense of purpose. We actually have a lost generation. So what we're doing at Summit is bringing students in for 12 days, bring them into a really strong community of people who are willing to ask and answer the really hard questions in life.
Right. The
questions kids come up with all the time, like how could there be a God? How could there be a God if there's evil in the world? You know, what about people who have never heard? All those sorts of questions that kids are asking.
Why do bad things happen to good people?
Why do bad things happen to good people? Right, and there are answers to these questions, but we need to explore them in the context of community. There's a guy named Francis Schaeffer. Many years ago, I did a thing called L'Abri. What we're doing is like L'Abri with students 16 to 21 years of age. They come in, a lot of them, like 180 at a time for 12 days with our staff, with our faculty, the top theologians and philosophers, meet with them, interact with them, help them get answers to those difficult questions in life. And we're finding not only that it gives them confidence in what they believe, that they actually begin to think better, they think more philosophically, they actually are better students when they go off to college. They're not afraid of interacting with people. You know, when I was growing up, I grew up in a small town. I mean, there were 2 kinds of people. There were Protestants and Catholics. That was it. You know, there weren't any other kinds of people. Either Protestant or Catholic, or you're a lapsed Protestant or Catholic, right? Yeah. So when you go to college and you meet somebody who's Hindu or Muslim or Buddhist or whatever, what do you do?
It's a whole new world.
It's a whole new world. So students learn what those views are, then they can understand how those people see the world. They're not afraid of it anymore. They're not afraid of interaction. They're not intimidated by it. They meet an atheist professor. They're not afraid of the guy because they have some sense of why they believe what they believe, some confidence in it, and the ability to learn well. So that's all. That's what we're trying to do. And in 12 days, it changes their lives.
Basically, I mean, when I was a kid, I grew up fairly sheltered, and you know, I joined the military when I was 17, and I hit the world, and it was crazy and exciting and strange. And you know, it took me a long time to kind of come back from being out in the world. And what you're trying to do is take students, young men and women that are around 18 to 21, and instill them with the confidence and the assurity of knowing what they're talking about. And giving them that confidence to say, when someone says, what do you believe? It's, oh, I'm a Christian, or, oh, you know, I'm this. It's that they can actually say, yeah, I'm a Christian, and then explain and articulate to people why they are that way, why they believe that way, without kind of beating around the bush. It's not your normal Sunday school, so to speak.
Well, I think that's a big part of it. And the questions usually come like this. So what do you think about the president? What do you think about gay marriage or whatever?
Right.
And you've got to be able to have answers that make sense to the people you're talking to, you know? Not answers that make them go, oh gosh, you're another one of those. But answers that make them think, you've really thought this through. And that's what we're after with the students.
Right.
You've really thought this through, haven't you? I mean, you have a reasonable perspective on this. You're not like all those right-wing crazies that I hear about. That's what we're after, because we want these students to move into places where they shape culture. We want them to, you know, have actually a chance at bringing good, solid values to bear, but in a reasonable way.
That's the most important thing, I think. It's bringing morals and good values back into American culture, and bringing that to young people, and letting them take that out to the world and become people who promote personal responsibility, good morals. Just these things that we've lost, and that's, you know, the reason why we have a lot of the problems that we have today is people have no personal responsibility, people have no moral compass, and so I really appreciate what you're doing. So
thank you.
Where can people find you?
Well, you want to come to summit.org, 2 M's, 1 T, SUMMIT.org, and you'll find all the information there about the programs. We're looking for students 16 to 21 years of age specifically who have questions and are interested and excited. They don't have to be Christians. We don't ask any of that of them. We just want them to have a teachable heart, want to grow, want to find a sense of purpose and direction in life, and want to come to Colorado and study with me for 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And all the links will be below to Jeff's school.
Yeah.
And just go down there and click for more info. And if you think like, man, I wish I would have had this, or maybe you have questions as an adult, Jeff also has an adult program.
That's right. We have an adult
So-
summit. That's right.
So it's very important that if you want to be able to answer some of these questions and stuff, that at least go and check out Jeff's website and take a look around there, surf around and see what you can find.
Yeah, great. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
God
Appreciate
bless.
it. All right.